Yo, what it do? Y'all already know. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and let's get straight to it. So, how y'all feel about y'all boy ATL Jacob? He had made some statements on Twitter, and he was pretty much saying that he feels Kanye brought more to hip-hop than Tupac did. And then he also said that Future is a more influential artist than Tupac. How do y'all feel about that? What is y'all take on that? I don't think he's speaking out of turn because I really understand where he's coming from, to be honest with y'all. And I ain't mad at it because the thing about it, when you think about Pac, he was only alive for 5 years in the rap game, by the way. You think about it, like looking back at his career and his catalog and everything, it seems like it was way longer than that. Especially, him, he was still dropping albums even after he passed away. But it was only 5 years. That little run that he did when he signed to Death Row, got out, all the way until him passing away, that looks like a good 2-3 years right there. You feel me? But it was only like, 9 months? 9-10 months or so? Or a little bit longer than that. But, yeah, he only did 5 years. So say like for Kanye, he's pretty much had a full career. He was able to come in as a producer, get everybody to take him serious as a rapper. He's the reason why they called it backpack rap. When you think about it, everybody started doing that. He was known for being a great dresser. Then, not to mention, his shoes. When you think about it now, you think of Jordan, then you think of Yeezy. You feel me? He made that statement. Yeezy jumped over the jump, man. That done turned him into a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? He's done some stuff in the game that, you can't deny. You feel me? I feel like him and Tupac, they got a lot of similarities. Kanye, when he first came in the game, I feel like he was for the people. They used to talk about the same kind of stuff, certain similarities. You know what I'm saying? Pac, he was for the people when, you listen to his music and stuff like that. And I feel like, he was more on some Black Panther type stuff. You feel me? Like I feel like, he would have took it there. But, Kanye, not saying that he wasn't, but, I feel like I said, he was for us. I know y'all remember, George Bush don't like black people and stuff like that. Kanye was for us at a certain point. But I just feel like, Kanye had a longer career, so he was able to let certain stuff get to him. Tupac didn't get to live it all up yet, you feel me? But he went through enough though also. And I just wonder sometimes like how it would have been if he was still alive. I feel like he definitely, because like I said, them two are similar. He definitely would have been on that little cancel culture stuff. They would have tried to cancel him a couple of times because he was very outspoken and he would have said some stuff that would have rubbed people the wrong way. You feel me? Because, everybody's sensitive and stuff like that. But I definitely would have loved to see that. But, sad that it wasn't able to happen. He got his life taken away. But like I said, other than that, I do agree with ATL Jacob when it comes to that statement, though. But we can't deny what Pac did. Now, he also made a statement, like I said, when it comes to Future being more of an influential rapper than Tupac. Now, I love having these talks. Or it's funny when people, do this. It's always like somebody, younger, always, trying to get the older heads riled up and stuff like that. Like, oh, you ain't allowed to say that or something like that. I always find it kind of funny. But the thing is, though, I see where he's coming from. But, these are two different generations, you feel me? Because Pac came out in the 90s. And say, if you want to talk about now, like Future, he came out when? 2011? It's 2023 right now. Even though Pac has had only 5 years, he was able to, live his rap career. When he passed away, he was such a big artist that his career was still speaking for him over time anyway. You feel me? Future only lived, 13 years in the rap game. 13, 12, 12, 13 years in the rap game or so. You feel me? Not even including him being in the Dungeon family and doing all the stuff he did back in the day with them. I'm just talking about just him being Future and doing what he did. You feel me? But you can't deny Future either. You can't deny him. Because at a certain point, y'all remember, everybody was listening to Future. Everybody was in the whip playing DS2. That was album of the year. Y'all remember when he dropped Monster, when he dropped Beast Mode, 56 Nights? He did that right. He capitalized on that right. Most artists couldn't do that back in the day. They'll take forever to still drop an album. Nah, he turned around, dropped a hot album that was just as good as those mixtapes, capitalized on that. And then not on top of that, then turned around, dropped What a Time to Be Alive with Drake, another hot mixtape. And Drake, he was capitalizing on his fame too that year. He dropped the earlier mixtape he dropped it as a surprise, and it still sold 500,000 copies in the first week. Mind you, 2015, people were still selling physical copies. So most of those were physical copies, okay? That were physical copies that sold 500,000 the first week. All right? And then on top of that, still won that beef with Meek Mill. They had a little thing going on or whatever. So them boys were living it up 2015. So you can't deny that. You cannot deny that at all. But the difference is, I feel like with Future, because this is the trap era, you do have a lot of people, and it's not just me saying this, everybody used to say this, that sound like him. Not too many people sound like Pac. Everybody was just in the gangster rap era. You had some people that they'll try to compare to Pac, but not too many people sound like Pac. A lot more people do sound like Future. So I do understand where ATL Jacob is coming from. But the thing is, though, if you look him up, it says that he used to be a producer for free bands. So it's like, I can take what you said, but then it's like, are you sounding biased, whatever? I don't know. But I do get where he coming from because, like I said, I lived both generations. Not too much in the Pac era because I was only 4 when he passed away. But, that's long enough, or I've been around, or I'm old enough to see certain things. Now, I do know, because like I said, even though I was only 4 when he passed away, I do realize, like when y'all look at Big and Pac, y'all just see, like everybody always say, that's my favorite artist, or they say that those are the biggest artists, whatever, right? But we wasn't able to really live to see, like, watch them grow for real, for real. I had to do my research. Like, you see, like, you think of Pac, you think All Eyes on Me, and, like, he was out of there, or Me Against the World. But, like I said, I remember when Glasses Malone, he did an interview, or he made a statement about how he was saying Snoop Dogg was bigger than Tupac at the time. And you probably can't tell now just because Pac is such a huge icon and stuff like that. And side note, I feel like Snoop Dogg's albums aren't talked about as much as they should be, like how a Big or a Pac or a Scarface or a Nas or a Jay or whatever. I feel like they need to talk about his albums just as much. Maybe because I ain't from California, so I don't know. But side note, I feel like his albums ain't talked about as much as they should be also. And it's crazy that, he said that because, like I said, I wouldn't really know too much because I did live, but I didn't know this, or I wouldn't know just because I didn't know what was going on at the time. But it don't look like that from the outside looking in. So it's crazy when you get to see these people. Same thing with Big. He looked at him, or they were saying, he the biggest in New York City, but it wasn't always like that for him. You feel me? So other than that, Even though Tupac, he did, what, 5 years in the rap game? He still talked about till this day. Albums still selling till this day. You feel me? Everybody still plays it. Like, even when he passed away, people were still playing his music on TV and stuff like that. And you got to think about it. We didn't have YouTube back then. We didn't have YouTube. So these albums were still, or these songs were still coming out on TV or on the radio and stuff like that years after he passed away. So that's the difference that Pac has on Future. So I don't know. I might have to kind of disagree when it comes to ATL Jacob saying that Future is more influential than Pac. If you look at everybody always talking about Pac, and like I said, it all just matter with the age gap too. You know what I'm saying? You talk to a older generation person, everybody always says either Tupac or Big as their favorite artist. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the younger generation, I'm pretty sure the younger generation gonna say Future or whatever, which is true. But like I said, it all just depends on the generation. But I'm gonna give it to Pac just because, like I said, he passed away, so that does help. And it does help, obviously. So, like I said, he still talked about 30 years afterwards, you feel me? Future, he up there. He is definitely up there. But he ain't right there like that yet, you feel me? But y'all tell me what y'all think. Tell me, like, if he out of line, he don't know what he talking about, or do y'all agree with him? Is he making a lot of sense when he say that? Because like I said, I do understand where he coming from. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think, you feel me? But other than that, man, y'all be easy out there, okay?